nothing should behave like this. Like absolutely nothing should perform and do what the actual. Hello one and all, welcome to Seeing Through Glass. Now if you've been watching my recent videos, you'll know that I've just driven this, my American 2002 Boxster S from New York to California. Last time you saw me, I was just rolling in to LA, but I'm now headed north, up here to Monterey for Car Week. If you don't know, as the name suggests, this is a week of incredible automotive events. I haven't actually attended since 2019, so I'm super excited to be back. Longer term viewers may remember that in the past when I've attended Car Week, I've always kicked things off by joining the Quail Rally. The Quail, which I think is the best event during Car Week, takes place on the Friday, but on Tuesday and Wednesday they host a super exclusive rally for around 20 or 25 cars exploring the local area. And yes, this year I'm going to be joining in the little Boxster. See you later. Bye. Well, we are rolling, which means my Car Week starts right now. As you've seen, the cars that take part in Quail Rally are super varied, which means the vibe across the 2 days is super varied. Most people are here just to enjoy their cars, take in the sights, because this is a beautiful part of America and California. But there are various stops that we're going to be doing, some automotive themed, some sort of lifestyle themed, but the roads are really good, like properly good driving roads. So there is always a group that likes to crack on. Whilst I was in LA, I did do some canyon carving in this little Boxster S, and it can really hold its own. So we'll see how we get on. We've got a bit of a mix. But once again, for those longer term viewers, you may remember that one theme of the Quail Rally each year, or at least my content from the Quail Rally, is what car my friend Phil tends to turn up in. And you may have already spotted it, but this year, he's bought his 911K. I think we're going to check that out at some point. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to be buzzing to be back and dive in to the start of Car Week and the start of the Quail Rally. Well, we have made it to our first stop of the day. This is Canepa. Now, I don't really know how to begin explaining what this place is. It's kind of like the ultimate one-stop automotive shop. Bruce Canepa, who founded this place, a bit of an automotive legend slash mogul, race car driver back in the day, race team owner. And this place houses classic cars, race cars, modern cars. I mean, it's everything. I've been here before, and the stuff inside is always pretty mind-blowing. So yeah, if following a Huayra BC through the Californian backroads wasn't already a good enough start, this rally, stepping inside here should just step things up even further. So yeah, let's go. Perhaps you can call me predictable, but I've come past some incredible cars to look straight at this. Yes, there we go, all I wanted to see. This incredible 360 Spider with the 6-speed manual. This is immaculate. It's a little bit of a fact sheet over here. Let's see. Oh my God, 4,900 miles. No wonder it looks so immaculate. That thing is a stunner. I've always quite liked a silver 360. Outrageous. Well, continuing with the silly silver cars, check this out. You might think, I'm just about to show you a Carrera GT, but this is no ordinary Carrera GT. Look closely, people. This was one of 2 prototype cars. This one originally purchased by, wait for it, fan of the channel. Yes, feels a bit outrageous to say that, but Jerry Seinfeld watches this channel every now and again, so hi Jerry. Yeah, he purchased this from Porsche back in the day. This is one of the cars used in the kind of promotional materials by Porsche to launch this car, driven by Walter Roll. It's kind of put together using a lot of, Porsche part spin stuff, but this super bespoke, essentially racing V10 engine. And it's actually quite amazing how close Porsche got the final production version to this car. But because this was kind of like, concept slash pre-production prototype stage, some things that sort of had to be changed. So you can see it's kind of like a lower slung rear, the cabin, a little bit sort of more futuristic looking than the actual final production version was. But yeah, pretty outrageous to see this. And it is just slung in the corner in here, which does really sort of sum up just how ridiculous this place is. are moving on, leaving Canepa behind us. What an amazing place. But we have some good roads to drive apparently, on towards lunch. One thing I'm sure you're starting to realise about the Quail Rally is that all the food stops are absolutely stunning. You saw the breakfast location this morning. Well, this is lunch, which is here in the Mount Madonna Park, which I think is part of the Redwoods National Park. Lots of incredible trees knocking around, but it's an amazing location. They've kind of set up basically like a fast food restaurant under that hut. There's amazing burgers and French fries and onion rings. There's also fresh pie. It's all delicious. But what I thought I'd do is, whilst everyone's enjoying their food, give you a quick whiff around the car park. So I haven't really shown you all the cars taking part in this year's rally, and this was like a pretty good opportunity to do so. Also, it's got super hot, so as you can see, jumpers come off and hats gone on. Kicking off, of course, with the star of the show, my little Boxster. Next to it, got a Bentley Continental GT. Bentley, one of the partners of the Quail Rally, so there are a few of them knocking around. We've got a stunning 911S. I'm not going to be certain of the year of that car, but in tangerine orange, looks incredible in the sun. It's beautiful old Citroen. Some of these older cars, I'm just going to struggle to know exactly what they are because they're such rare, exquisite examples. Yeah, I just can't always keep up. Check out, for example, this incredible 190 SL race car. This is being piloted by two guys wearing the helmets, and it just looks unbelievable everywhere it goes, and it sounds amazing. Tiny little exhaust pipe, but it sounds great. Right there is the new Bentley Continental GT. So I mentioned Bentley are partners. Well, they've brought the new Conti GT along with them. I don't think even the sort of international media drives for that have happened yet, but it's been blasting around. I have to say it sounds pretty fruity. Got a stunning Aston Martin Zagato, this incredible 812 GTS in vintage rose, which is actually a lot pinker than it's coming up on camera. It sort of looks almost desaturated silver, but it's a very nice pinkish hue. A load of Lambos up at the back, Lamborghini also partners, lovely 675 LT with the roof scoop. A beautiful 308 or 328. Let's come round the side. I actually don't always know how to tell the difference. Someone tell me in the comments, how do you tell the difference between, oh, it doesn't even have a, it's a GTS turbo. I'm going to go 308. I'm just going to launch in with that assumption. Yes, the Huayra BC, which has looked absolutely sensational today. I mean, if you are going to say one thing about Pagani, the fact it looks good is probably the most obvious statement to make, but yeah, very, very cool to see that. 750S, we all know I'm a big fan of that. Beautiful Singer here in this kind of aubergine purple colour. Sorry, 720S, here's the 750S Spider, that was my bad. Beautiful Alfa Romeo SC, so Zagato, I think it's the Col de Tunda. Super rare, little beautiful car. It's been looking amazing. An incredible Tuthill 993 911, codenamed Yoshi. Potentially more on this as the rally goes on. Parked next to, yes, Philip in the 911K. So yeah, maybe more on both of these Tuthill cars, either later today or tomorrow on the rally. Stunning Bentley Continental GTC, this insane F8 Tributo, and I think Rosso Barchetta, one of my favourite Ferrari reds. Watch this space on that colour. This is a new Ford Bronco Resto Mod project, so it looks old, but it's essentially brand new. Think of that as the Singer of Ford Broncos. GT4 with the loudest exhaust pipes you've ever imagined. I guess that's an Evo Spider maybe? SLS and two Urises. You know, it's funny, I was a little bit worried that coming on this rally, this car might start to feel a little bit out of place. I always find that if you're driving by yourself, you can enjoy any car, but then when you start mixing with others, maybe the shortcomings of any certain car start to show themselves. But not the case with this little thing. Honestly, it just, not only like visually and vibe-wise did it kind of hold its own, so many people have been coming over and asking about it, maybe because it's a bit out of place, but that's a good thing. And then you get into these roads, and unless you get big open straights, I'm keeping up with everything, having so much fun and just thrashing this car. And we've now done 2,200 miles since I changed the alternator. Touch wood. Not an issue. Not an issue to be heard of. So yeah, we're now going to continue out of the woods. I was going to say out of the forest, but out of the woods, back down towards the coast, see what's going on in town, and then we have a little bit of evening activity before we do this all again tomorrow. What a sensational first day. Am I sunburned? I feel a little sunburned. Well, what an epic first day on the Quail Rally, and what an epic start to my car week. But you now find me in my Airbnb. This is Carmel by the Sea, and I'm going to be here for most of the week. But before I head off to tonight's rally dinner, which starts in an hour or so, I just want to quickly touch on the Boxster. I know I can't shut up about it, but I adore this thing so much. And practicality is what I want to talk about right now, because I've basically been living out that car for like, I don't know, a few weeks now, filming with it, doing long drives and just moving around. And moving around means I'm also living out of suitcases, and regular viewers will know that I swear by these Carl Friedrich bags. And what's so interesting is this thing just slots in perfectly in that front boot, the frunk. The Boxster, the rear boot gets a little warm, so I'm trying to put everything in the front. I could easily fit 2, maybe even 3 of these in the front. There's a larger Carl Friedrich bag that they do, this style, but bigger for checking in when you're traveling. I could have bought that, but I was nervous, so I bought the smaller carry-on bag that you see here. It's fine for me during these trips, but I could have got away with more. That's how useful that car is. But yeah, these bags are fantastic. I've had this particular one now, probably going out for 2 years, and with the amount I travel, it gets beaten to hell, but it just keeps withstanding all the flights, all the travel, all the boots that I throw it in. It's super lightweight, super sturdy. I can fit so much stuff in it. I absolutely adore them. So if you're interested in some really, I think, just perfect travel suitcases, go and check out Carl Friedrich. They very kindly created a link for you guys. It's in the description below. Thanks to them continuing to support the channel and for supplying me with these bags, because, well, yeah, it's the only way I travel right now, and it's amazing how well these fit in the Boxster. Maybe Porsche need to look at a Carl Friedrich collaboration. Anyway, I need to shower, get changed, and go hit dinner. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow morning for the start of day 2 on the rally. Well, good morning. Welcome to day 2 on the Quail Rally. You find us at the top of the Santa Lucia Preserve. I'd never been up here before. It's absolutely stunning. We had to take a private road for about 20 or 25 minutes up and over the hills, above the clouds this morning, to the Hacienda, where we just had breakfast. Beautiful spot. And some new cars have joined the rally today. We've got a stunning 992 911 Dakar painted in sepia brown. There's a Lamborghini Revuelto driven by Magnus Walker. A few other bits and bobs as well, so I'll try and show you those at some point. But first things first, we're going to be descending from the preserve, which should be a spectacular drive. I think today we're going to focus on my friend Phil's 911K. Right, hold on people, we're on some back roads and Philip has been dropping some gears. So I get the sense he's about to absolutely launch it. I am never going to keep up, but... Oh my God, that thing sounds outrageous. Yep, goodbye. He has got much better brakes and much more performance than me. That thing just took off. Outrageous! The camera would have never picked that up, but his car literally turned into a flamethrower. I have never seen so much fire just emitted from tailpipes. What is that thing? I think it's fair to say we're starting to act like children. But the craziest thing about California is we have not seen a soul for 40 minutes or so. It's just been me, Philip and Jerry in that GT4 absolutely thrashing our 3 cars. And they're being very kind and kind of waiting for me on these longer stretches when they pull away. But we're just having a blast. And as I say, maybe getting a bit silly. What a morning. Day 2. Day 2 of the rally. Wow. Boys and girls, as you can see, I'm no longer in the Boxster. Philip, welcome back to the channel, my friend. It's been a long time. I guess maybe the DBR9 at Spa was the last time you've been on the channel.
That was the last time, mate.
If you are new around here, you don't know who this man is, unfortunately, he is a legend. It really hurts me to say that, because he is also my friend, which means inherently I don't actually like him, I just tolerate him. So I'm gonna have to pretend to be nice, but I am endlessly grateful because yes, right now I'm sitting in another one of your incredible cars, this 911K. I mean, listen to this soundtrack. Have you followed this car, by the way?
I've never followed this car.
It's outrageous. Not just the sound, the flames.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit worried about GoPros later when I try and capture some of those. So if there's no footage of the flames, it's because we set fire to a GoPro. Now, I think the internet will know about this car. It's kind of a tradition to film one of your cars during the Quail Rally, but often we're like introducing the car and yourself to the audience. But now the audience know who you are and annoyingly love you and demand your return always. But secondly, we'll probably have seen this car because obviously Chris Harris did a big video on it and made it internet famous. But I don't know that many people will firstly know that it's yours. Secondly, that the 911K is named so because K is the first letter of your surname. And thirdly, it only really exists because you are the customer that worked with Tuthill to create this thing. It was kind of you said a love child between the two of you.
It is indeed our love child. Welcome guys to the 911K. It's a really special car to me. It is the meanest, loudest, lightest little 911 hot rod that Tuthill and I could possibly dream of after having rallied in Africa and Bandit, which you saw before. And we became great friends, and over COVID we decided we would make something truly ridiculous with an 800 kilo goal and crazy revs and just something made for fun of driving at, you know, up to 100 miles an hour, not a lot more.
Okay, and so it was all about engagement, pure driving, because look, the channel know you've done the supercar thing, and we spoke at great length so many times about how you were starting to feel a little bit like, well, I do my racing now, the supercars, like I'm kind of over it. This is as analog as it gets, but almost like this ultimate analog experience. Was that the aim? Is that where the idea came from?
I mean, that's exactly it. It was that supercars to me feel a lot, maybe too fast for the road, have too much grip, have too much capability. And what I wanted was something where you felt like you were working to get the best out of the car. And I don't know, I just wanted something that makes you feel alive. For that half-hour blast, it's got to light your hair on fire.
Well, you nearly lit my hair on fire, not that I've got any, unfortunately, following you, because as I say, the flamethrower. So who dreamt up the stats? 800 kilos? Who was that? 800
kilo target, that was me.
Okay.
Tuthill actually beats it, and he doesn't talk about it properly, because with 90 liters of fuel in, it's 846 kilos.
Okay, so if you did a Ferrari weight,
it's less than 800 kilos.
Wow. Carbon fiber everywhere.
Carbon fiber everywhere, titanium everywhere, carbon ceramics, short shift ratios, only about 130 mile an hour top speed, 11,000 RPM. Like you said, it spits flames, which makes the inner child in all of us happy. And I've got a hydraulic handbrake for big skids.
Does it feel like a classic, or does it feel like in your head, where does this sit? Is this a classic car experience or just an analog experience?
This is a resto mod. This is a classic car experience that will work almost every time rather than sometimes, and it has the foibles of the original car.
Sure.
But it has some enhancements to turn it up to 11.
So you don't drive it like a 1960s?
Oh, no.
You know. Yes. Okay. I've already witnessed.
That's 11,000 RPM in 1973 911, folks.
I'm actually sort of speechless because my brain was going, how are the revs still going? And then I was like, oh my god, we're going really fast. And then luckily it stopped. Oh my god. That's addictive.
It's so addictive. It's there's little things that are still working out on this car. It's a brand new gearbox. There's lots of trick bits, but honestly, it just feels great, and it feels it's refreshingly light. And lightness is everything, dude.
Sure.
Like, brakes work better, suspension works better, power feels better. It's just a really exciting little car.
Tell me about it. Well, I think we'll do is, let's get to the bottom of the hill. Let's spin a wrap. Oh my God. My mother does not like it. Genuinely, my mum said before I left for this trip, you're not going to get in a car with Philip, are you?
Well, not at Laguna Seca.
No, because every single time, either I tell a story about Philip at home, it's, he crashed another car. Or she sees clips of us hurtling through woods in Bandit-year-old safari car, or going flat out on track in the centre. Don't worry about it, we're very safe.
I'm responsible. He's a dad now. I'm super responsible.
You better be. So yeah, let's go down, we'll flip it around, and then maybe you can do a bit more of that 11,000 RPM thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Absolutely nothing should behave like this. Like, absolutely nothing should perform and do what the actual bejesus.
It's like me as a car.
It's literally you, which is quite terrifying. I mean, it is outrageous. How we carried that speed through those corners. I was like, we're dying. I was like, sorry, Mum, I'm wrong. We're definitely we are. I am going to die.
You'll enjoy this then. Oh no, people. Just like the Stratos. But unlike the Stratos, guess who's about to drive?
No.
Yes.
I'm a little bit scared.
You should be. I don't feel safe in this.
Hey, I didn't feel safe 2 minutes ago. Did you hear me complaining? I probably did actually, didn't I? Can I say, I was actually expecting something a little bit different from this experience. I think maybe based on the video that Chris did and the incredible editing, I don't know, I just thought this was going to be rawer. I thought it was going to be more raucous. It's actually like a really nice car when you're not doing 11,000 RPM.
Well, when Chris had it, it did have a slightly louder exhaust.
Okay.
And I did use that for a while, and then my ears bled a little bit, and then I decided maybe make it a little quieter.
Fine.
So we still have cans, which we'd use for like a road trip down to LA.
Headphones, by the way, for those that don't speak rally talk.
Cans is cooler.
Cans is so much cooler.
And but otherwise, you can actually drive this and enjoy all the noise, and it's not deafening.
Now, can I just trial gear movement
go for it.
before I just so I kind of roughly know what I'm doing?
Yeah, it's there.
Bit sticky in second.
It'll get there. It's just probably not in the right position right now.
Fine.
It needs to roll.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Can I move the seat forward?
Of course you can.
I got
a bar on the front. There you go. You might need to release your belts now that you've done them up and You know, there you go.
This is my first time.
He's driven a Formula 1 car, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, they do the buckles up for you.
And the seat isn't on sliders, apparently.
Literally. It's made custom to my ass. Right, okay.
A big ass in that, baby.
How do I fire up? Just normal, like nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've done your lights. Just turn, like clutch in or anything, or just
Clutch
good
in.
to go? Clutch in and good to go.
Tis a car.
It feels quite worryingly powerful in the driver's seat. I didn't get that sensation over there. And now I'm like, oh, okay. Handbrakes engaged.
So check that the reverse is locked and down.
Reversed is down and locked, yes.
Handbrake, lift up and push down all the way. There's a bit, and then again, there you go.
Okay,
that's off.
That's on the floor.
That's your hydraulic handbrake. If you want it, you can use it. Otherwise, just leave it.
I'm not going to use it. Very kind of you to offer, but how's the biting point?
It's a car.
Okay, hold on.
So just find a gear. There you go.
Okay, I can tell you straight away this thing revs very quickly, and we're rolling.
It's like he's driven cars before, or maybe does it for a living.
Not many. Oh my god, this thing wants to
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't want to hang around.
No. So I am barely touching the throttle, people. Like I am feathering it, and immediately it was desperate to get to 11,000 RPM.
And I'll also be honest, it's not a happy car just driving around.
Okay. So
You want to kind of be hard on it.
I get the hint. Okay, this is a lot. This is going to be one of those experiences that I'm trying to compute and talk. Yes, that's probably wise. So let me do my work for a moment. Initial things, as I mentioned, I am barely touching the throttle. If I am applying 5%, I would be surprised. Yet the car is picking up revs. It's already trying to take off down the road. The gear mechanism, it is very mechanical, it is very sort of notchy. I agree with what you were saying, that once you get up and run, it will all make a bit more sense. Steering feels super alert and lively, but the car feels really solid, even at these, just planted to the road, not like a car from the series that's a bit wishy-washy and all over the place. Like I immediately have confidence that if we crack on, the car's going to behave and do its thing. I am just a bit nervous to do so because I've witnessed what you did with it. Okay, this is all fine, right? Let's just ease up.
5, 6.
I mean, that was 6,000 RPM. Mate, this thing is a monster. Actually, that was fast enough.
Should we go home?
Yeah, I'm done. It's pretty good, actually.
In that case,
This is what? Have you driven like an RSR from period?
I have. I've driven a 2.8 RSR on track at Custodian.
Where it revs this thing?
Yeah.
It's like faster than a Carrera GT.
This is like a road-trimmed rally car with unlimited performance, unlimited, just unlimited build restriction.
You know what, actually, once you start applying power on the road, it's not as scary. It revs scarily fast when you're going through the gears. Like, when the clutch is engaged.
Open the throttle wide.
Okay. That's why. I hadn't actually pushed the throttle yet, essentially. I don't know how you were driving the way. I mean, I do know how you were driving the way you were driving, but I need a big open road. We're on too twisty. Oh my god! Still 6,000 RPM. I've got 5,000 to go. Yeah, grip.
It took me the longest time to not shift it at 8,000 RPM because you're used to driving one of these cars to 6,000, 7,000, a special one to 8,000. But this one, going to 11 is madness.
Of course, I mean, I witnessed it from over there. I don't think I have the balls to go to 11. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because also, oh mate, what is going on? What is this car? Okay, right, hold on a second. It's a bit straighter. Third gear, 4,000 RPM.
That was 9 before you shifted. Well done.
9? You're like, well done, idiot. I think this whole car is about 10 tenths.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the sense I'm getting. That actually this, the car's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go faster! You are an idiot! Which is basically what you say every time I drive. So, yes, once again, this car is you. That is very addictive.
You do it well.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go right here.
Right turn.
That's
You
it.
just signaled with your left hand. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Left.
Not confusing. Nice ST, bro.
Was that an ST?
That was an ST.
Yeah, see that? The fact that I didn't realise that is what's wrong with that car, right?
Oh, go for it. Nice clutch, bro.
That was not me. The car's an animal.
Press on. Stay in third. Stay in third.
Oh, God! This throttle pedal is so deep. Again, I don't think I've got beyond 40% yet.
You know, one of the great things about this was that I didn't just like give the spec and end up with a car. I participated in the build of this thing. So I remember when it's a fly-by-wire throttle because otherwise we couldn't control it. And it was awful. And it's been tuned and it's gotten better and now you can do this.
Okay, so I'm going to stay in third so that I can get into the pedal a bit here.
Stay in third. Stay in third. Stay in third.
Wow! Wow! I still had more than 1,500 RPM to go.
You still have like 2,000 RPM to go.
But the thing is, that was so smooth.
I know.
Third to fourth was buttery. Just wanted to go again.
And it'll keep pulling all the way through 4th, 5th, and 6th, all the way through that 11,000
What
RPM.
great torque! Like for me, this is more comfortable. I don't want to go in. Second scares me a little bit. But third, like,
Keep your foot off the clutch. Off the clutch. I believe in you, Sam. We can get you to 11. We can get you there.
if I'm honest, I have too much respect to try and get to 11. I would despise myself if I hit that red line because I also messed. We did a bit of a kangaroo clutch. That was embarrassing enough. You've spoiled me. The last thing I want to do is go. Bah, 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 bah. So I will always shift to 10 in your cars, Philip.
Thank you.
No,
This car can shift to 10. The rest of them, they can do it once.
Well, you do have something else which does shift a little bit beyond.
One day when he has me on the podcast, I'll tell you about the history of cars with me. But he says I don't have a voice for radio.
No, you don't. Too loud. Fourth gear. I mean, it's so drivable. That's what's great. And now I understand what you meant about the gear and about how you want to use it. It's a fantastic road.
And the sound, the way the sound changes, it like goes from quite throaty to a growl.
Well, congratulations. I mean, and thank you. Honestly. I mean, Chris did get it quite right. I mean, it's monstrous and insane and kind of wild and very you. But to really do what you did with me in the passenger seat 10 minutes ago, I think you can only be you. If I'm really honest, even if you lent me this car for a month.
Well, maybe a week.
Very freaking cool. And what a way to wrap up day 2 of the Quail Valley. And the Quail Valley in general, we're now going to launch ourselves into everything the Car Week has to offer. That will come in future videos. I actually don't know how much of it I'm going to capture because it's so full on and flat out. We've got the Quail itself to look forward to. Philip may reappear. If he doesn't, don't be upset, don't unsubscribe. He'll be back at some point.
Kill the subscriber count, guys. Do it.
They're going to set up a channel for you.
Vote with your feet.
Thank you. You are a gentleman and a hero, and you've created a very special car.
Hey, I'm so glad to share it with you, and I'm glad through you, we get to share it with even more people. So thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy it.
And we'll see you, well, I'll see you, maybe Phil will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.